Okay, hi friends. This is not a journalism blog. It's kind of a survivor story blog, although it's the years where I was being moved around like a pawn without realizing. So that's more like, MK Ultra chess boards, bloodliners being tracked and then launched like an ever-ready battery from birth, really, to be positioned in certain places. I should do my September update. I should do, response to Paul and Mann, or I should do blah, blah, blah. But one of the best advices I got on a course in California, which, by the way, was a cult, I didn't realize at the time, EST, the Forum Landmark Institute of Education. I was on a 6-day course in a former Marine training camp north of Marin County, so presumably quite close to Bohemian Grove, I would suspect. I visited Petaluma. I lived in Marin County for 5 years, and I've been to Sonoma, and this particular course was in the mountains of, up there, that region. I'd be very curious to look, or if somebody could look, how close was the 6-day training site, run by Werner Erhard, to Bohemian Grove. I'd be very interested. And on that course, on one of the courses, I took part in one, and then I assisted on, I think, another 2. And I think the one I took part in also included at least one child of Bob Hawke, Australian Prime Minister, if not 2. Definitely one, Sue Peters-Hawke. We connected on Facebook, my main Facebook that got taken down. And I don't mind breaching confidentiality now. And she knows I've done it before. She, and I think it was her brother, disclosed horrific abuse in their childhood. And the management of the course went ballistic, and they were like threatening everybody with confidentiality, like, don't you dare say anything about the children of the Prime Minister of Australia disclosing abuse. But so one of the best advice I got, I think it was on a later 6-day course with a lovely girl, I think she's called Georgia. I kept saying to her, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I shouldn't be, I should. And she said, oh, should. And I was like, that really, it sounds hilarious, but it was like, it just knocked me off my chair almost. It was like, stop with this should. So as promised, I'm going to share a few photos. I'm not doing my update right now. I'm not doing rebuttal videos or, blah, blah, blah. This, I should entitle this "Every Picture Tells a Story," because Andrew, who is currently at war with Brian Harvey and whoever else, gets me, and I get him on some levels. And so a few people kicked off about me calling Andrew a pantomime Dane. But Andrew didn't get offended at that. And so I just wanted to share, this is me as a chorus girl with the Bradfordians. Let's go back a bit, we can get the whole thing. So in 19, well, God knows when, like late 70s, I don't know. So if Anne wants to call me a washed up chorus girl, I'm absolutely fine with that. I won't be offended. Right, I'm doing the house up a little bit and just finding old albums. And I've shared these before on my channel, my main YouTube channel that got nuked, but a picture tells 1,000 words. So in this picture, I'm going to show it to you in a moment. We've got Rose DeWend Fenton, who is now an MBE, and with Ben Gibson, Benedict E. Lawrence Gibson, set up London International Festival of Theatre, LIFT, and got an MBE for that. I'm the one allegedly trying to knee Ben Gibson in the groin. He was my boyfriend at the time, and I think of all the men I courted, I should have married him. The last time I met him for lunch in Covent Garden, he was the director of the London Film School. The guy on the ground is Tony. There was a lot of Tonys, who was a superb director. And the girl on the far right looking angry was Kerry, somebody or other. But this was all at Warwick University. And this was the original, I think it was actually a rehearsal of the play. I co-wrote, myself and a couple of other students and a lecturer, co-wrote with Howard Brenton, playwright. He might be dead now. I'm 64, he might be 80, but I don't know, he might be dead. But he was a very well-renowned playwright, and he was playwright in residence at Warwick in my first year. And he asked for a couple of gifted English students to come in on a writing project. And it went on to become The Genius. I've said this before, and Hoaxted have done their thing, but it's the truth. It went on to become The Genius, and then, in my opinion, it went on to become Good Will Hunting. But anyway, this is just a black and white. Right, so I'll hold that up there. So there's Rose Dwayne Fenton, MBE of London International Festival of Theatre. There's moi. There's Benedict E. Lawrence Gibson, director of London Film School. There's Tony, the great director. I don't know where he is. And there's Kerry. And that was, in my opinion, the prototype for Good Will Hunting. But even if it wasn't, I don't care. That was us at Warwick University. I suppose you can't really identify me by my arse, but if you ask any of the others in the picture, they'll definitely tell you that's me. And in the original script, it was a female mathematical genius, but as it developed, it became a boy, a man, you know. So that's another one. Just for a bit of fun, might as well show some photos. Yeah, now this is weird. Let me see, I think this was in my first year at Warwick. I was a bit naive because I only had 11 hours lectures a week. So I thought, oh, great, right. So I did 22 plays and 2 films as well. And then somebody pulled me aside at the end of first year and said, you know, you're supposed to study like outside of your lectures, don't you? Like, you know, you should go to the library. But anyway, the first year was amazing. And for me, it was mostly about acting. But this is slightly weird because it was a play. I think it was Snoo Wilson. Can't remember the name of it. But one of, like, when we used to audition, you know, for plays at Warwick University, they've got amazing facilities. There's a 1,000-seater conference theatre, and then there's a little boho theatre in the round, which seats about 100, 150 maybe. You know, and it was like a poor man's Cambridge, but very much in the Matrix. You know, it was the last place Bill Clinton made an official appearance with Tony Blair before his presidency ended. But it was weird for me that some of the lecturers and professors used to audition for parts as well. So you could find yourself acting with somebody who was your lecturer, which I did on one occasion. So I think this is one of them. This is me. I think it was, I'll try and hold it steady. It's very amateurish, but I'm just having some fun. I think it was the Pleasure Principle, maybe. Snoo Wilson, I don't know, or was that the Bradfordians? But this was me, and I believe that was one of my lecturers. Can't remember his name. The more bizarre coupling with a lecturer, theatrically speaking only, was flipping Oedipus Rex. Right, let's have a look at this. I'll just have to identify small people. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, lovely Ben. I think Ben's on his second marriage. There's Rose Dwayne Fenton. There's the director. Yeah, this was just a curtain call. Oh, here's the lovely South African dentist's son. He taught us all about flossing. I caught up with him a few years ago. Anyway, this is another uni curtain call from the same production. Here's the one, the dentist's son. I can't remember his name, but he was lovely. Yeah, there's Rose. Rose over there. Where's Rose? Here. Anyway, that's another Warwick Uni curtain call after production. It was pretty exciting. Like, we got grants to go to Edinburgh and all sorts. You know, this is a modelling, 70s modelling. That's me. How embarrassing. Who wears black tights and white shoes? Unless you come from the 70s. And white gloves. Oh my God. Just having a bit of fun here with an album that's turned up. Oh, this, I think this might have been Hobson's choice. Oh no, this must have been at Warwick. Because, oh my God, I wonder if anybody could. I don't suppose photo recognition works. But this beautiful, beautiful specimen of humanity on the left, which might turn out to be all right, was an elite. He was public school boy. James, I think his name was. I don't think he was a Rothschild, but he was up there. And this again is the English lecturer that loved the vibrant theatre club at Warwick. But by the way, and this is me, looking suitably aged back then. But by the way, Warwick University, that's where Boris Johnson's wife is pictured in a satanic play in the middle of a pentagram, in the middle of a ritual, on the very stages that I acted upon back then. So that was kind of freaky. Yeah, Bojo's wife. Let's have a look here. This was a kind of fun antique photo of my sons and I a few years ago. We sort of had a family portrait dress up thing. We can't get vain anymore because we're getting old. That's all right. Oh God, look. This is just random, this photo album. I'm so sorry. This is my stallion from my mare. You know, when you see my desktop, you see me on a white horse at my wedding. Well, this was the most stunning offspring of that mare. And Ollie was his stable name, but Thunder in the Desert was his real name until somebody I lent him to lied to me, and this is what they do with babies as well, by the way. Somebody I lent him to lied to me and said he died in an accident, and then changed his name, got him a new passport, and sold him after coming second or third at the RDS. Never mind. Right, I think that's it for now. I've got other photo albums, but I just couldn't bring myself to do a misery post. You know, journalism is my fourth love, and time is precious, life is precious. What's going on is awful, and I just wanted to share a few photos. God bless everybody. Like, I don't have any words of wisdom. Just, I don't. Check out the links below. Please check out my blog, angeluscassius.org, and check out Archives of Truth and Corey Hamby. And look after yourselves, not your lovely selves, as G would say. And thank you. I got a very quick response as to the identity of Jack, John and Jamie Smith, Shiva Burton. Hi. All right, God bless people. Bye.